Yo, what up? It's Eric, a.k.a. May the Lord Watch, a.k.a. Jesus Peace.
Ooh, coming with it today. On the past couple times, brother.
Yo, what up? It's Jeff, a.k.a. Pitchin' Birds, a.k.a. Randy Johnson.
No, man. Yo, you rock it.
Right over your head. It's okay.
We gotta get the replay machine. I got it in it.
Yeah.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, Sheek, Louch, Silverback, a.k.a. Don. That's it. You know, yeah, that's it.
What up, this SB Ghost, a.k.a. I don't want this job no more.
Yo,
I quit.
word, on strike.
I'm Pablo Torre auditioning for the job that Styles is vacating.
That's right.
And it's an honor to be living this lucid dream with you.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's it. It's your boy Jadakiss, a.k.a. Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah, this is 2J3BD.
What's up, guys?
Let's get the first thing out of the way, which is welcome Pablo Torre.
That's right.
Great to have you here.
Yeah. Sir.
Thank you for coming through.
Yep.
April 16th, by the way, 2J3BD is going to be back at the Bell House.
In Brooklyn?
In Brooklyn.
Yep.
Tickets are on sale right now at Ticketmaster.com.
Yep.
Jeff, if people wanted to get the front row tickets, they probably are sold out at this point, but they could have gotten them.
At 2j3bd.substack.com.
Yep.
Huge newsletter. Everybody's
Absolutely.
talking about it.
The newsletter.
Yeah.
Biggest thing.
Very
biggest
genius.
Thing.
Yeah.
Biggest thing in
crazy.
the world, I'm telling you.
I interviewed Lenny S. for it.
Yep.
I interviewed Tony Moxberg from
Yep.
the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can pull that off.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Taylor Rooks,
Yep.
a whole lot of people on there.
Yep.
More to come.
Pablo, if you are down to talk to Jeff about movies.
Yeah. I think that's why you're here, but like we can do it.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
now I really feel like I'm interviewing for a job, and I'm not sure if it's going to go well.
But sign up for the newsletter right here. Also, go get those 2J3BD hoodies.
Yeah.
Like,
Share, baby. Subscribe.
And all that.
Great. Thank you very much.
like,
Share, baby. Subscribe.
And all that.
Great. Thank you very much.
like,
Share, baby. Subscribe.
And all that.
Great. Thank you very much.
like,
Share, baby. Subscribe.
And all that.
Great. Thank you very much.
like,
Share, baby. Subscribe.
And all that.
Great. Thank you very much.
like,
Share, baby. Subscribe.
And all that.
Great. Thank you very much.
like,
Share, baby. Subscribe.
And all that.
Great. Thank you very much.
like,
Share, baby. Subscribe.
And all that.
Great. Thank you very much.
Motherfucker.
All right. Now that the business is out of the way, it was my pick this week. We go around and everyone gets to choose a movie. And I picked one of my two favorite movies ever, right?
Word?
The Big Lebowski
All right, I'm with you on
and
that.
All the President's Men.
Horrible.
Okay.
And did you know it was fucking Black History Month?
No, we're out of
We're
it.
past
we're
that.
out of
Oh,
it
we
now.
out of that
We're in
now?
March.
Yeah.
We're in March.
All right. God damn.
This really informs my commentary as well. I'm glad to know we're in March.
I love this movie, grew up on this movie. Ooh. Our parents are from Silver Spring, Maryland. So they grew up in the DC area, had a real affinity for newspapers, for newspaper culture, the importance of news, and, you know, that large institution. Yeah. Real talk.
I wish you could put the camera. I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
man.
Real talk. Woodward and Bernstein, right? The two main characters, Robert Redford and
Amazing
Dustin
actor.
Hoffman.
Let's be
Totally.
clear.
Yeah,
for
amazing,
sure.
amazing actor.
Rest in peace to Robert Redford.
Sundance and Rain Man.
Exactly.
Yep,
Yeah.
Right?
Sundance Kid and Rain Man.
But they were real people. These were real events. This movie meant something to me, still does mean a lot to me. I'm very excited to talk about it today.
Man, I ain't gonna shit on
But before we get to that, Jeff, what does Wikipedia have to say
Wow.
about All the President's Men?
All the President's Men is a 1976 American biographical political thriller film directed by Alan J. Pakula about the Watergate scandal that brought down the presidency of Richard Nixon. Based on the reporting of Carl Bernstein and Bob Woodward, it stars Robert Redford and Dustin Hoffman as Woodward and Bernstein, respectively, as they investigate the scandal for the Washington Post.
Styles,
Political
Kiss?
thriller film?
Yeah.
No. Political? Yes. Thriller film? No. And you fucking, it meant so much to you is crazy. Wow. You too, it meant so much to you?
I mean, I like it.
This is going to be the shortest boom ever.
Oh, shit. All right.
Boom. Rain Man. Sundance Kid. First, actually, boom. Break-in. 3 Cubans, white dude gets knocked.
Mm-hmm.
Check it. Now, they go to court. Sundance is in court. He's listening close to what's going on. He hears First,
Yeah,
the lawyer tell him
Sundance, yeah.
he ain't the lawyer.
Yeah.
Sundance,
God
you got
told him
another
I'm
lawyer.
here, but I'm not here.
Yeah, CIA lawyer there. CIA lawyer sitting there. I'm here, but I'm not here. Sundance, listening to the names, writing it down. Go back, CIA. One of the
guys that came out, they said
he
his
for the
name. They asked
CIA.
him what he do.
Yeah. Rain Man, he on the job. Rain Man got years on the job. Sundance is like 9 months.
Sundance is new.
Sundance new. He
He's
got
new at
9
the-
months
he's
in.
new at the
He
paper,
knew,
yeah.
yeah. But you know, Rain Man, he got pulling. He all around Washington.
Yep.
You know, this is what he do. So they both on the case. Now the
They
back
wasn't,
office.
though. You gotta
they
say how it
wasn't.
happened.
Yeah, they wasn't on the case.
He looked at his papers and thought
And
he could
redid it.
fix
He
it.
redid
Yeah,
it, but
then
look,
they gave him both the
Sundance-
story.
Rain Man wanted in on his shit earlier in the
Yeah.
office meeting.
They was curving him. Go
They
through
was
the other
curving. Yeah, you didn't finish that case. Damn, I finished. Where's it at? Polishing it up.
Yeah.
He left. Now he got to leave, so he can't be on the case. So he's sitting to the side. Sundance know what's going on. Sundance got a fucking a rat in Hollywood telling them. I mean, in fucking the White House, the government telling them everything that's happening. So he know what's
Deep
happening.
Throat. That's his name. Pause. Deep Throat is the guy.
Pause.
The original pause.
The original
The most
pause.
profound pause in American history.
I don't like to say it. I said it earlier. I felt bad.
name, man.
I gotta go with this now.
His name was something else. The guy just named him that.
Yeah, that was
nothing-
that was his
yeah.
alien. So he had one of those. Now they both trying to get on the case. You know what I mean? Get the do their journalists get the report. They fucking working it. The old journalist guy see they hungry. He tell his other man, let him be on it. Let him be on it. Now Sundance got to turn this shit in. Rain Man see his shit, pick it up from the secretary, fix his shit up. Yours is good, mine's is better. If you don't think your mine's is
He
better,
made him agree.
then you do it. And then from that on, that's all they did. The whole movie was call
Investigate.
people, investigate. They was in the office. They went to it was 2.5 hours of calling people, tracing people.
Some people they left
finding
and
out
went back.
who was with
Remember?
the CIA.
She gotta ask me. We didn't ask her right.
Yeah,
went
and they was
back
coming
to-
back. They was tracing the money. That's what I could have cracked the case. Woodward was with the CIA. Rain Man found out all 4 of them was with it when he did the case. Now, we all know. Now, the Washington Post is leaking the story. The Republicans is saying because the Washington Post dude, he fucking had something to do with Hoover. He fucked up
Ben.
back in the days.
Ben
Bradley,
So they
yeah,
thought
yeah.
Ben,
Yeah.
you know, they thought Ben had a personal gripe. So it was
Ben-
Democrat versus Republican. Nixon did some bullshit. His second man was in charge of it all, running fucking the money through all kind of people. All kind of people quit.
15 people on the
Yeah,
list.
and the fucking 2 journalists got the whole fucking everybody to rat. They ratted.
Without rat.
Yeah, it didn't work. Sloan reneged on his testimony.
Yeah.
He didn't renege. They never asked him.
Yeah.
Then the movie went off.
Typing.
And then they typed everything that happened later. Nixon got sworn
I
in.
missed that
Movie
whole-
went off. They typed. The typing was when they told you
I
everything that
missed that whole
happened after.
shit. They typed-
It's the longest fucking movie.
When
the credits
of
came up, I said-
whoever did this was genius.
Give me a short version.
It's some bullshit.
What is
Styles, I'll give you props how you described your boom just now. You would think he was describing New Jack City or some shit like that, because it wasn't even nowhere near that much energy or like excitement. You made it sound that New Jack City
I
is.
just know what happened.
Holy
I just tried to
shit.
shorten it. There was no action.
I'm so mad, man. You made me watch that.
Yo,
You know what it was? It was. Here's where
Yeah.
it goes. They was going off the interaction of Rain Man and Sundance because of great actors.
Oh,
Because
amazing. Let's be clear.
and they had
Yeah.
a great cast. They had
Man.
great
They
people.
was rocking, but
They
it's-
was
that
rocking.
was- I don't know.
But the fucking movie, you keep waiting for something to
Yeah,
happen.
dog.
All they doing is making phone
Going
calls.
and get right on
Somebody
yellow
lying
pad.
to them. Then somebody was ratting
2.5
on themselves.
Did he pass some note?
Then you know what I hated about it? Hang up. They must have been dumb as fucking 76. Hang up. You don't want to speak? Hang
Yeah.
up. That's it. Hey, they wasn't.
Yo, them motherfuckers blatantly coming in your house too, like walking in, asking for a
They called
cigarette and
somebody
shit.
at 11:30 at night.
That's crazy.
I said, "What time is it?"
There were different
11:30?
rules back then.
The
Yeah.
morning and night. Why they wasn't even? They shouldn't even been talking to them. the fact that they was able to get to the bottom of that whole thing and fucking uncovered that all the government agencies were working together.
Yeah.
They was fucking scheming on bugging the Democratic Party.
Yep.
Before they even thought of the scheme was happening.
Yep.
So all of this shit was in play. And all of this movie tells you the moral of this fucking story being that we in 2026. The government does what the fuck they want. Most people are too stupid to recognize. And while you looking at one thing, they doing
Something else
another
is
thing.
Yeah.
So while you talking about the Epstein files, they're spraying the food with vaccines is the next one. Bill Gates, pay the fucking attention, man. The government do what they want. You fall for it, and they all kind of shit is happening in between, and they get away with it. And almost everybody knows. You get the news. It's right in your face as of today. And what happens? Almost nothing until enough people do something.
Okay. So, Pablo, you are an investigative journalist. We did want to have you here for
The Social Network.
Social Network episode. Because
Love that movie.
you went to Harvard.
Did you guys like that movie? in
Way better
general?
than this one.
I'm just trying to calibrate where we
Way
are. in
better,
my-
way better.
That was way.
Yeah, we love that.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
love that
Sheek
movie.
loved it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
way
yeah.
better than this shit. Let's be clear.
But we all agree we hate Zuckerberg. That's just
A lot,
that's that.
but a lot of people typing in that one as well.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is true. But what's the difference between 1976 investigative journalism and 2026 investigative journalism?
I mean, newspapers mattered so much more back then. And so what you were just saying about like, this is how the government is behaving and what they don't need to care about. The reason why this movie starts with maybe the most action for the next 2.5 hours, which is the sound of the keys.
Hitting it very hard.
That shit is so loud, right? It's like gunfire, right?
Yeah.
It's like the loudest noise you'll hear in the whole film.
Typewriter came on like that. I'm like,
And it's jarring. You're like woken up. You're like, holy shit. And I feel like that was, again, this is going to get a bit academic, right? But that was the choice, I think, an intentional choice to show that the real power and impact in this whole film is going to be what the fuck these guys are going to type.
Right.
And so in a world in which newspapers like the Washington Post, and I think of you now as like the Ben Bradley of the show. That was an incredible editorial
Yeah.
summary you just gave of the whole thing. Honestly, just like beat
it's-
by beat.
it's
I'm like, I don't,
breakdowns, yeah.
I could not have recalled all of that.
Right.
But the point is, there was a guy who ran that newspaper in Ben Bradley who empowered these young dudes. And you're totally right. Like Robert Redford, you know, the character is based on a very real person who was nobody at the time, less than a year there.
Yeah.
And the fact that he goes after ultimately the president of the United States
Yep.
and he's able to put his thumb on the scale of American history is why, like, it's kind of like a buddy cop movie, right? It's a detective story.
Yep.
But they don't have guns.
Yeah.
And so the question is, what do you do if you don't have guns? It turns out at that point in time, a keyboard really could be wielded like a weapon. And so for a journalist, I'm nostalgic for a time I wasn't alive in.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real David versus Goliath story. It is these nobodies who take on the president of the United States, like at a time when not everything was out there in the open. Like you don't have every single person feeling like their voice matters and they are the loudest and like the information can come from them, right? This is a time when like you had to dig stuff up to get the truth out there. We live in much different times now. Styles, you know, you're pretty online, I would say. You have an understanding of like what the internet's all about. When everyone feels like they are the news and they are a journalist and that their truth is the truth. And now more and more companies are driven by capitalism more than ever, like in selling their news. How do you sell the truth in 2026?
That's a very difficult question. I just guess I would say just by being authentic is the best way to do it. And with that authentic energy, hope you gather other authentic energy because lies actually work better in 2026. And that's what you have to realize. The difference between journalism now and journalism then, they didn't intentionally go after the president. They went after a story that kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger and growing. That led to the president. That led to the president. So that shows their dedication to their actual craft. They actually did the homework. They actually called people. They actually followed up. They actually really went back to see what's what. They compared notes. They did all of that. Today's journalism goes, if I'm a big enough star, you may just sit there and not really say what you want to say.
Yeah.
And then most people kind of bow down to celebrities nowadays, which makes things kind of difficult. And not only that, people don't do their research or know enough and just go about what they feel instead of what they actually know and have done. Say, I've done solid research on this and have sources. Nowadays, it's not even sources.
Or it's a
just
rush
how
to
you
be
feel.
the first person to say something. Yeah. You know?
Well said. Well said. But
Yeah.
I swear, dog. Like, well said and all that.
Yeah.
Right? Back you said with the newspaper and the written
Yeah.
stuff. It's a lot of stories out there. It's a lot of millions of stories out there. All of them don't got to be made a movie. Put that shit in a book. That movie was horrible, man. Put that shit in a book. Like, right, I'm meaning like, yo, write the book on it. You some shit leave as it's just a
That's
story.
the Watergate
Don't
scandal.
fucking, I know what it is. We all we know the whole shit, but like that, but it don't gotta be in the movie. They didn't. That movie, man. How many times you fell asleep? And you, maybe not
It
you.
was
No,
76.
maybe not
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It was 76.
I know, but man, it was like shit.
1976.
But
Let me
also,
put some water on my face because it didn't.
Luch, guess
I'm talking
what?
cinematically.
It was a book. It was a book first.
I believe it. And all kind of shit and everything.
And then it got
but
turned
just
into a movie.
movie wise.
But by the way, like in the making of this movie, I was doing some research about like how they made it and why they made it that way, and they really did want it to be really true to the actual
documentary-ish.
story. So
they shot it exactly how it happened.
doc.
That's
Yeah.
what makes it. Yeah, I didn't know that. You
Oh,
see,
yeah.
they did it. But this is why I don't feel like Louch, because I was almost leaning to it. When it went off, the real story came on. I watched that harder than the damn. The real, it was a guy that worked for Nixon that was still alive. It was, you know what I'm saying? Then I start.
Had you
It
into it.
connected me to the movie more because
Yeah.
it was crazy. The shit was I'm like, and they real dudes,
Yeah.
Woodward and
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Bernstein.
Bernstein.
Yeah.
they was real people. And then once I saw that, you might gotta watch that.
That
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
you
yeah,
could
yeah.
even know a little
But
bit.
it fixed it made me even more interested and intrigued with what I just saw because he broke it down more meticulous.
Know
And, we
what
stay,
happened.
and I don't know if y'all know the hotel they showed in the
Watergate,
beginning.
his parents
Watergate,
got
yeah.
married
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
We seen it.
We
We
did something there.
We stood there.
Yeah,
We
we
stayed there.
Yeah.
recently somewhere.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
stayed
know.
there.
We stayed
Oh,
there.
for- not for
We stayed
NPR.
there, so
No.
I was looking at the balcony like,
Not
Yeah.
for Tiny
I know that
Desk.
about-
Yeah.
Not
No.
Tiny Desk. Something
Nah,
before
something
that.
else.
Nah,
One
yeah,
of them
we-
other
yeah, we
shows.
did a
One of the
show.
tour when we was on tour, we stayed there.
see what made me watch the movie is actually
because you had
Sundance
to.
and
Yeah.
Radio.
Oh yeah.
because you want to quit this job.
That shit would have went
Hoffman and
35,
Redford.
50, 60 years. I would have
Yeah,
seen that shit.
like that.
And I don't feel no way.
They
Am I
killed.
supposed to
They
watch
made
that?
the whole movie. The whole
That's
thing
what
is
made
they
it. That's what
dialogue.
made it good like that.
The whole
back
movie is
then.
them two doing
Yes.
their work,
In
and
that
then a
office
couple
and-
board meetings with the big guys, and then
And it was
them
like
in the
when
field.
Redford told him, "I don't mind what you did. I mind how you did it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
that was like,
That's hard.
Yeah.
answer this. You know
That
how
was-
y'all was getting on me like, you didn't see that? Is this one of the movies like, you didn't see that?
Nah.
All right.
For-
then I ain't
No,
tripping.
I would say that.
Not know about it. Not knowledge. Not know about
No,
it. Ooh.
I would say I would say.
Yeah.
I would say no because I would say
Movie-wise.
For
I would
me,
say-
yes. For me, yes.
Yeah, no, I would
Yeah.
say I would go with him. Yeah, because it's as long as it was and it was drawn out. But if you look at today's exactly what's going on right now, that's parallel. Like that's
I get it.
It ain't the same exact story, but it's about all the president's men.
Yeah.
So this is all his homies, all his staff, all that's around him doing fuck shit
All the
that
people
people
that do the
know
dirt
about.
for him.
Yeah.
I know the knowledge
To
of it. Is
protect
that
them.
something in the cinema that you
Yeah.
said, man, how'd I miss it?
Yes,
The other day,
no.
y'all was getting on me like,
Yeah,
you
but
didn't
came
see
Out
that?
in '76.
I know.
Yeah, but check this. But check this,
Luch.
Luch.
said
Luch.
that y'all was getting like,
Well,
it's mad movies that, yo, you didn't see that?
yeah.
Yeah, but this
This
is
ain't one of them.
no. This is.
Well,
This is. Here's
It
why.
is,
I
yeah.
think
It is
because
yeah, no.
it won.
Depends.
Didn't it win the Academy Award for Best Picture?
It didn't win
didn't?
for Best Picture that year. No,
But it
Rocky,
was put up
Rocky
for-
did.
Rocky
Rocky did.
did.
Yeah.
Now
But
that,
I know.
no, I'm joking.
I know. No. But like, so Gordon Willis is the cinematographer on this, right?
Right.
He did like the Godfather films. There's a reason he's known as the Prince of Darkness. That's why you have like the really, really like dark, scenes in the garage and,
yeah,
and everywhere.
in the cars and everything.
And also like the way that this is 1976. It's not a lot of like, like
Technology.
You don't got drones with cameras anymore. It really is like,
They recreated the entire Washington Post newsroom.
yeah.
which is crazy.
30,000 feet. They got the original desks, that color scheme, that 70s shit.
all that
Yeah,
stuff
they
was
nailed
sent
that.
out to
They nailed
LA and put in a
That's impressive for 76.
a stage.
yeah,
Yeah.
they nailed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But like to get those shots of Washington and showing like how small these guys were in a car as they're like going along in a helicopter shot, or like rigging up a camera and like pulling it up to the top of the Library of Congress again to show
They
the.
knock 45 minutes off.
Holy dog, 2.5 hours was haram.
All right.
Shit was crazy,
Yeah?
dog.
Yo, which rapper would have named their mixtapes the following? Ready for this?
Who that stay? Somebody walked in. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all good.
You left the door open?
I did. My bad.
You know we wanted men. No,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, right. Yo, fucking.
All right.
I did my bad.
Yeah.
Fucking come
Yeah.
ice in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Taking us.
Yo,
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Oh
Bo.
shit.
yo, Louch.
Lock that door behind you, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Louch, which rapper would have named their mixtape the following? Follow the Money.
Out of anybody?
Anybody.
It sounds like some Rick Ross
Ross,
shit.
Yeah.
that's what I was
Right?
about
Oh,
to
shit.
say.
It sounds like some Rick Ross shit.
Jeff, which rapper would have named their mixtape Rat Fucking?
What fucking?
Rat fucking.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a freaky shit.
Yeah.
Styles, which rapper would have named their mixtape I Don't Mind What You Did, I Mind How You Did It?
That sounds like Funk Flex.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't mind what you did. Is how you did it?
Yeah. I Mind How
Pusha
You Did
T.
It. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
yeah. That,
Oh, that's a
yeah.
good one too, yeah.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Pablo, are we past the point of holding people accountable?
So that's the other big difference, right? You asked me what's different about now versus then. The media industry is obviously very different. But I'm thinking about how quaint Watergate is compared to everything that this administration is doing now.
Because it happens every day now.
Right.
We have like 5 Watergates a day.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Obstruction of justice, like that
Yeah.
shit happens before 9 a.m.
Yeah.
on a given weekday.
Facts.
And so the question becomes, does shame matter anymore, right? So when you talk about newspapers and you talk about the administration, the thing that is happening there is that a report makes it so that it is unsustainable for you to exist in public with a straight face,
Right.
because you can't possibly show yourself
Right.
if this is the shit you're doing backstage. And what's happening now is that there is no concern
Yeah.
Yeah.
about showing your face despite a zillion different reports coming out.
That's good. He said the shame mad anymore. I don't really think it does.
No,
They
right?
Don't care.
No, in fact, shame is a market inefficiency, right? If you can be shameless, then
Right.
actually there's a lot of money you can unlock.
True.
Yeah.
True.
And now the media, the question is like, how do you impose anything resembling accountability if there is nothing like humiliation anymore? If accountability is something you have to opt into because you feel shame, if you don't opt into shame, then you don't opt into accountability. And if the government itself, if the legal system's not going to punish it, which is its own
Right.
separate series of films,
Yeah.
then we're exactly where we are today, sometime in March 2026.
Yeah.
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 That's a fact.
Yeah.
But don't you think that like the Jeffrey Epstein stuff like is starting like you're is there any consequence to that will like blow back onto everything that's happening now?
I mean, the question of like attention and how do you generate attention, is it authenticity, is it anything else? I think the challenge is how do you get a lot of people to care about any single thing,
Yeah.
right? We all know this. You guys exist in the same cell phone that I do. Everything is broken up to a zillion different pieces.
Yeah.
And so the idea of like, oh, this is the biggest story today. You know, Watergate was the biggest story for that year.
Right. For that year.
And for many years after. But now, not only are there more headlines you have to process, we're not all getting the same newspaper at all. We're not getting the same news.
Where do you get your
Facts.
news?
I mean, unfortunately, I get it because I log on to the Everything app, x.com, and I get 1,000 scraps of paper blown into my face. Like I'm standing in one of those like phone booths with a fan underneath.
Yeah.
And I'm like kind of grabbing at stuff.
Yeah.
And that's by the way, I'm a journalist. That's my fault, right? I'm still trying to get it so that I can buffet style eat the news. And that's a problem that every, I think, young person is also dealing with.
I wonder if I'm like not getting news because I don't go on Twitter anymore. You know? Like, where do you get your news?
Here and there,
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of everywhere, and talking to people. Sometimes I think you got to subscribe that if you want to pay attention to the news, or if you don't want to pay attention to the news. And if you pay too much attention to the news, then you're missing out on something else because they want you to pay attention to it. These files been out for fucking years, bro.
Yeah.
7 years later, they give you files. Like sometimes you have to question why things happen, when they happen, what's going on, and then how there's no consequences to it. What are the consequences? Yeah, the files are out. You're hearing about everything, this and that. If there's proof and there's solid proof, then where are the consequences? And if there are no consequences, then that even shows you
You're
that
doing it for another
You're
purpose.
doing it for
Yeah.
another person and purpose, and it's even showing you how much power they're saying you as the people don't have, because we can make sure you're paying some attention to this for this long to where you're not paying attention to other shit. So like now people give a fuck about the Epstein's files more than they give a fuck about their own files in their personal desk. Now everybody's attached to what's happening, and they knew that would happen. But where's the blowback? Who's gonna arrest those people? Who's the police for the police? Who's the government for the government? Does it even exist?
Well, that's why journalism is supposed to serve a really important purpose. It's because that's the check on the government, on the police.
Yeah, who's gonna police the police?
Oh no, but that's one of the fourth estate is what they call it, right? That's the whole idea at its best. And journalism can be corrupted. People can plagiarize. People can make stuff up, right? It's full of humans in that newsroom that you saw in that movie who are kind of hitting on people, kind of smoking, kind of like trying to cut corners, but in the end feel this great shame around needing to do it in a particular way. It's not what you're doing, it's how you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right? That's that code that like it's opting in to shame. And the thing about accountability and consequences, because you're right, like on some level, I feel this every day. Wake me up when there are punishments. Wake me up when there are consequences. And the problem is, if you as the most powerful institution in our country don't feel compelled to give out consequences, then you're also determining how people understand what is true.
Sure.
And that's where all we can do is hope that people pay attention to stuff. And then you have to game the system of like, how can I make news go viral? How can I make this headline more appealing to someone who's on TikTok for 5 seconds? How do I make a video that, does that shit Mr. Beast does? It's depressing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really depressing. How can I get famous people to care about this?
Yeah.
So it was a simpler time back then.
Yeah.
That's it.
These are two guys who put their all into this. What's something that you have done that you put like everything on the line for, that like let's say like career wise that
You know what you said? The lines.
No, I know that. I was looking at Jeff.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
What that we put our all into?
What's that? Yeah. What's
you put your all
what's
into?
something you put your all into that you were like, yo, everything's on the line for this?
I mean, I feel like everything we've
routed.
done, which means like
Said it routed.
like the early videos we did, but even like this, everything is being put into
Yeah.
2J3BD.
I would even say like the Blog Era podcast.
Well, yeah,
Like, that was
yeah,
something.
y'all went-
Yeah.
Three years of doing something on that, like
yeah, that's like real
retreating
journalism
and just like
yeah.
diving into
Honestly,
that.
I would say it would be
Yeah.
our music career.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
For sure.
But Eric wasn't asking you.
No, yeah, that's my bad. I apologize.
Yeah.
Definitely apologize.
Yeah.
Yo, Styles, who's the most G in this film?
Samuel. He wasn't in this?
No, the boss.
Yeah, Ben Bradley?
Ben.
Absolutely.
Ben was clearly the most G because his name was already somewhat tarnished, and he was risking it on two new
Unknowns,
kids.
yeah.
First, it was their immediate boss,
Yeah.
because he was smart enough to go tell his other man
Yep.
when it was going to take
Yeah.
take it from him to go. Nah, remember when you was young and hungry?
no.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
then they started making their way, and then the big man was like, he felt what they was doing, and he banked on it.
Yeah.
He banked on them being right because he went with a gut feeling. He went with a gut feeling because they didn't have anything solid. Like, what I mean? They had a bunch of innuendos, a bunch of suggestions, a bunch of almost telling.
They kept almost getting it. And like when they get a good lead, something happens with it.
They got the schlong.
And when they got on Ben,
Mm-hmm.
Ben said, yo, we gonna stand behind the guys. And then they really turned it
yeah,
up.
Yeah, so that was I thought Ben was the most G because one, he had the most to lose out of
Because he had
everyone.
friendship, he had relationships over there. They
And in the back,
you see, called them immediate.
Yeah.
in the background, there all the times you were here because they did boring as it was very cinematic and capturing because they showed you Like you would see Rain Man running through the shit. You see
Yeah,
him
yeah.
talk to the girl, bring him back to this. So that's the part that was blowing it. I kept thinking something incredible was gonna happen, and then it wasn't. And I'm like, damn, it was just another thing. But how they was getting to it, I think it was you will always hear New York Times, or you would hear about another newspaper in the back while they was doing it, or this one broke that story, that
Yep.
one broke that
Yep.
story.
Yeah.
All right, we're about to break the story.
Yeah.
You know, come in the office. Look what Sloan just said on TV. So
Yeah.
they was going back and forth through a lot of shit. But for Ben to put his money on them, with going, hey, fuck it, we going with the young boys.
Yeah.
I think he was definitely the most G'd up in the whole shit because he had the most to lose.
The Washington Post was a legendary institution that was up there with the New York Times and the Boston Globes and the Chicago Sun-Times and the
crazy.
Miami Herald and all this shit, right?
Newspapers, right?
Yeah. By the way, my bar mitzvah theme was newspapers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
Where did the Herald Statesman rank?
Yeah.
Oh, right up there.
That was
Right up there.
right?
Yeah.
It was Westchester.
Yeah.
People like it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it-
That was
It
lit.
was only for us.
Yeah.
I used to
Jesus
deliver
Christ.
those.
Me
Did
too.
you?
Yeah, I delivered.
I've never had that job. But
How
I'm
much
right
did you
on.
get paid for that?
Throw them joints out.
How much you get paid for that?
Not a lot.
Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot, but I should have known I was a
The
criminal
Herald wasn't
then.
really nothing.
Yeah.
It was just
'Cause after I stopped working, I still
Herald.
went and collected the tips for the next like 3 weeks. I knew where it was. Where the money?
Herald Statesman. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But institutions are being torn down now. The Washington Post just laid off hundreds of people. They barely have a newsroom now. They laid off people while they were like overseas covering like Ukraine. Like it's just the vaunted, sports section is decimated. You, Pablo, worked for institutions. You worked for Sports Illustrated. You worked for ESPN. You started an operation of your own. What's the difference between working for a gigantic, legendary, celebrated place and, really going about it on your own these days?
I got one lawyer, and that guy, we spent a lot of time together. And our goal is to be, we go after the richest people in sports and the world. And by go after, I mean not that we're picking people as a matter of like, oh, here's the Forbes list, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we're trying to be fearless in holding people to account based on documentary evidence and reporting and the how of what we do. It's, I don't know, man. Did you guys see that guy Alex Honnold who did the movie Free Solo, who was climbing that building on Netflix?
Yep.
Yeah, we're just talking about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I've been,
Y'all told me. Yeah.
when you ask me how does it feel, sometimes when my friends asking me like, so aren't you worried about investigating, reporting on this alleged cheating scandal in the NBA with a guy and Steve Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, was $150 billion. Aren't you concerned about that? And my reaction, for better and for worse, I've realized is like that dude climbing that building. I'm like, I just don't feel that. And I'm not saying that's good. I'm saying
No,
that I
you got a
probably
problem,
should be
yeah.
more.
Yeah.
I probably should be a lot more afraid. But I think genuinely, like my enthusiasm and why I love this movie, despite how procedurally boring it has allegedly been, is because I see what it's like to try to solve a mystery when you don't have any of the weapons or any of the money or any of the ability to cut corners. And I'm like, if you can pay that off with the president of the United States having to be held to account, then that's an inspirational story for someone who has like a computer and one lawyer who's going after a guy with $150 billion.
Yeah.
That said, it might be deeply naive and this is the last time you speak to me. Like maybe I've made a horrible miscalculation and I fall off this fucking building.
Yeah,
That's
right.
entirely
Yeah.
possible
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Pablo, what a way to go out, though. Right on top at 2J3BD.
Yeah.
Exactly, with
Yeah.
you guys in the studio as I just take this new job. It's
Yeah.
incredible. But yeah, man, that's for better and for worse, like why it's exciting and why it's still like there's danger in it,
Yeah.
in a real way.
Kiss, we live in a time now where there's a lot of like immediate, people like a J. Cole album comes out at midnight on a Thursday and people are like, well, you got to have an opinion like after one listen, right? And it's either got to
Instant
be
gratification, instant response, instant results, instant.
So
We're in an instant world.
it's either trash or it's like fire, right? Like you have to have some sort of black or white opinion right away. That translates to the news when they did like Crossfire on CNN. That goes to PTI and everything that happened like afterwards on ESPN. Do you think that debate culture has ruined, our little...
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. I mean, I think that it was somebody set out to do that though, with the internet. It gave everybody an opinion on you that have no idea who you are.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
And shorten the attention
and vice
span,
versa.
Yeah.
Shorten the attention span like for everybody.
Yep.
And if they're in control of your algorithm, though, and now you're not seeing both sides, and then you're around people who just see your side, because people really don't have the bandwidth to communicate to know it's okay to disagree with each other. Now this makes them think that you either have to be on one side or the other,
right?
And they don't think you could actually be on opposite sides and go, all right, respectfully, this is how you feel, that's how you feel.
Yep.
I'm intelligent enough to know why I feel this way.
Right.
You the same, and we don't have to agree. We could agree to disagree. Now the agree to disagree part has been gone from society. Like you would be like, yo, I like green leaves. Yo, fuck green leaves, bro. I eat
canceled and
like,
shit.
what?
Yeah,
I
cancel culture.
I didn't even ask you how you felt about green leaves. I just said I like them.
Right. Yeah.
Like, so that like it's instant shit, and then there's people are fucked up and feel miserable too. So it's like happy people mixed with miserable people who now are using the computer to look like the happy people that are actually have the shit that are more miserable than the people who don't have. So we're in a fucking state of confusion where you just better just relax and be yourself and just take it easy.
Jeff, what do you think about people like who have to have takes online?
He's one of them.
No,
I don't put any takes out.
No.
I think that okay, back for a second. I think that debate culture is part of the culture that we all grew up in, though. I think that's like barbershop shit. Like, I think it's just that now
It's
everybody's in the
always been
barbershop.
around, but now with that device in your hoodie pocket, it made shit worse.
I just think
Made
that
it
it's like
much worse.
everybody feels like they have access to being in that conversation.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
it's
makes
like-
it not a
Yeah, but
healthy
that's what
debate.
made
Yeah.
it worse.
It's too
'cause
big.
Your
Yeah.
barbershop, what happened is, stay there till you got another cut.
Yeah,
And you talk about it again or something else happened.
yeah.
Now it's on, is
Because a physical
Yeah.
debate is different than a cyber debate.
Oh, it's
Fact.
so
A
different.
cyber
Yeah.
debate is fucking a millionfold. On one debate, you got people tagging in that you didn't even ask to be in it.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
it's WrestleMania of debates with all strangers from me and you.
They took over the whole.
Yeah.
We out of it. It
Yeah.
started with me and you.
Yep.
After the comment section get rocking,
Like this,
we all the way out of it. Two of them is having a crazy argument.
Did that spur?
Yeah, you
Did
see
that
that
spur?
too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
I think we're forgetting one big thing: advertising.
Yeah.
As long as you guys are debating and scrolling and clicking and everything, advertising is still getting
Forget it,
paid.
He just told you.
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
As long as you on this, it's not just
It's a walking ad
advertising.
machine.
Advertising is one thing. Nah, actually,
It plays a really
it's
big part.
advertising, but being, how old are you?
40.
51. I'm 11 years older than you. There's times I don't know how many I've been and went and found them without phones, beepers,
Yeah.
anything involved. I know where he's gonna be. I could assume I'm going over there to there. Those conversations and those debates, as he told you in the barbershop, are now debates within here. So advertisement or not, because there is no advertisement on Twitter. People want to be heard and want to be seen and want to have their word on it. And then the advertisers take advantage of that. And
When
now
they
then
see
it's
it's going, then they get involved
more
after
respect.
that.
But it's
Yeah.
people's natural
Yeah.
instinct to run and just jump and talk about shit that they're not even interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is not even something they was even going to pay attention to. You know how many people probably didn't even know who Epstein was 7 years ago?
For the record, I did not know who Jeffrey Epstein was 7 years ago.
You are Jeffrey.
Now that's
You are
true. 'Cause I
Jeffrey.
definitely
Yeah.
wasn't up on him like that. No,
Yeah,
right.
No, but I'm just saying, in the
A
world,
lot of people,
Right.
they
Yeah.
made them, they
Right.
broadcasted
they
them
tell
every
you what to
day.
Yeah.
think about most of the time on these shits. If everybody's debating about it, then you go. Most people want to at least not. Even if people don't want to debate, now you want to know what everyone's debating about, though. Now, oh, he said that or she said that. Now, what's their opinion? Now you're in a rabbit hole of some shit that has nothing to fucking do with you. That's not your business. That you never even really cared about in the fucking first place. Which is the wildest shit ever. Which now you're right goes back to advertisement of these things because you want to have Instagram, you want to have Twitter, you want to have YouTube,
know everything.
you want to know everything.
Yeah.
Instantly, you want an Apple phone, you want the fucking newest Samsung. So that advertisement got you in here. Now you fucking drawn into the world of just fucking debating all day and giving your expert opinions on what the experts are giving. There's people who never even fucking played the game of football in their life that on Instagram and Twitter know more than Bill Belichick. I would have called this play. Nigga, why you don't got the job then?
Why do you never play in your life?
Yeah.
Why don't you coach a D7 school? Start off there.
Yeah, what you would have did. If I was coaching them, you not coaching them. It's not your job.
I think about a phrase a lot when it comes to like advertising on the internet, which is if you're not paying anything for the thing you're on, the product is you. You know, like they're advertising based on your eyeballs and engagement.
Facts.
Yeah.
True.
Like that's how the money's being circulated. And you know, when you talk about just like the debates that are inside of debates, because the metric became engagement, right? So it wasn't even just can you get this clicked on, it's can you generate heat around this, likes, dislikes, responses, because that's what the algorithm is surfacing. So to me, like the place to look when it comes to why are we in this particular depressing state of the union, media, music, culture, politics, it's because of tech companies. It's because it's happening on their platforms according to their rules and they're incentivizing. It's always about incentives. What are people incentivized to do? What is the money, the carrot at the end of the stick that they're dangling? And it leads you towards this, not just debate culture, but it's really true that like, man, it turns out that anyone who's consuming or randomly seeing the things you tweet out or post or say, a lot of those people think that you're saying it directly to them.
Yeah.
And of course you didn't know they existed.
Even though they did.
I'm over in this room, you're over there, and you're thinking that you're talking to me. And that's the argument now, is the argument, how dare you, you're not reflecting my experience. I'm like, I didn't even know that, I wasn't even talking to you.
I care about your experience. This wasn't even for you.
But that's the marketplace online that's been structurally created to create that conflict. But in reality, like we could all be in different rooms having very heated arguments without the part where everybody seems like they're not eavesdropping, but they were invited here and are now offended that they're not being included.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, why is that happening? Well, it's because it's designed that way.
And by the way, P, like that binary that exists right now where it's like you are either this or you're this, like, you know, Bob Woodward is just like, oh, I'm a Republican. And he's still going after that story. And like that rarely exists today. Like people are very like one or the other.
Yeah. Sheek, who can find a person faster? The Washington Post or the streets?
That's different with my world. The streets. I want to say the streets will find you quicker. So many people are gonna give you up, tell you everything. You know, the streets.
Yeah.
And I like what he said about you are the product. What you say? You said that should go again. What you said?
If you're not being charged to use the product, you are the product.
That's boss.
Yeah. What part of the 70s do you miss the most? All right. Do you miss? Like what?
I was only born. I wasn't born that, but I like fashion. Music. The all. I keep going.
Do you miss
the
like,
food? I'm sure the food came from
soul,
all the way
man.
up.
The soul,
all that shit. So
the blackness,
the phone books.
Word.
Yeah. Smoking indoors.
Yeah.
No, not that. No lights and shit like that. Not that. But yeah, get it.
No, yeah, but like just generally like
Limousines.
Limousine. Before you had like technology at your fingertips, like to be able to sort of just move around and not be tied to something.
And when you love
outside.
Being outside.
We just wanted to go outside.
Right.
We didn't have anything.
Yeah.
Before we had any gaming systems, barely a good TV.
Yeah.
We was happy with just open the door and let us go outside.
Back then, I loved, like, when you love the group or like the group, you stuck with them.
Oh, man.
Like,
Yeah.
if my group was Run DMC, that's who I was running with.
Yeah.
Or whoever.
Right.
Now they on to the next in 5 days. Quick.
Next day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ask your
Favorite
son
group
who's
every
hot,
day. By
he ain't the
Friday,
person.
Monday to Friday, your kids
It's
have a
these shits,
different
man.
favorite.
Once somebody
Yeah.
else. Yeah,
End
absolutely.
of the week.
Shits. It
Yep.
stole the soul out
Yeah.
the world, but it's so much. It's so much. It's like
tech companies.
they same shit we said on social network. I mean, they literally run the world. If you think about it, right? Why the fuck I don't know who's in charge of food, but why is Bill Gates qualified to say what we should be doing to the fruits and vegetables? Why is anybody who ain't a doctor
Qualified to say?
Like, why is Elon with Trump? Like, you know what I mean? There's things you got to start asking. Like you say, it doesn't make sense, because it's like 5 companies literally run the world, pretty much.
Everyone.
It's like easy to say, like you could figure it out. Like,
There was no perfect system before, right? Like, and 10 years ago, Twitter had, like, everyone in here, we all had, like, verified check marks next to our names, right? And that was like, oh, this has been a person that has been, verified as who they are and what they stand for, and there's meaning to their career or their standing or whatever. It is the opposite now. So anybody with a blue check mark gets preference on where they're placed in the algorithm. They are entitled to say something and feel like they are backed up by Twitter to get their feelings off.
Well, but to Pablo's point, sorry to cut you off,
Yeah.
like, again, everything is incentivized.
Yeah.
So, like, they're the ones that get the top results. They're the
Yeah.
ones that, yeah.
Oh, totally. You can buy it too. And those people become the loudest, most, like, the light shines on them the brightest. And all of a sudden, they're the people that get listened to when they have no bearing on,
Well, they're paying $7 a month. Yeah.
But there's another thing that this movie actually is about that I'm curious how you guys feel about it, right? Because you guys are also online, which is anonymity. Right? So in the Washington Post, Deep Throat was Deep Throat because he was deep background. He needed to be protected. He turned out to be the deputy director, right?
Yep.
Mark Felt in real life, he was exposed. He was revealed by his own decision after he died.
Yeah.
And that guy's identity was so important for the obvious reasons. He was speaking out as a whistleblower, basically, against the most powerful person in the world. Now, the power of anonymity is given to literally anyone who wants to go online.
Absolutely.
And so, to me, one of the things I struggle with is I just feel like if we were arguing with people whose names we could see, who had to be held to something like an account of, this is me, this is how I feel, you can look me up.
Yeah.
But isn't that
Well,
what they're trying to do?
but that's giving, like, that's what I'm saying. That's kind of now where we're giving the power to the tech company.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
Because it's like now, don't they already have too many people's information?
So I think they already do.
Yeah. So if they
I think we've signed, man. I'm guilty of this, right? Like, how many companies have my credit card that I've just, like, forgotten about now? Like, I think we're so far gone on that to me, I don't think our name, they know our name. The question is whether the people we're interacting with get to know that. And I think that's created a worsening of every internet debate and discussion. I just think anonymity is what I would probably want to change.
But I think that's, like, again, like, isn't there legislation that's being put through right now that they're trying to take back, like, anonymity online, or, like, because in the name of protecting children. And so, like, even though that's not really what would come out of it, it would actually just be a loss of privacy. The same thing that happened after 9/11, where it's just like every right that you have sort of gets clawed back in the name of other things.
Look, it's a real debate. I mean, look, the promise of the internet was we're democratizing the world.
Yeah.
Like the Middle East, right? Like Twitter was used to, like, create a revolution, the Green Revolution, Arab Spring.
Yeah.
And what's happened since, as the pendulum swings the other way, is that it's used for the opposite reasons, right? It's used to find people and arrest them and detain them and to jump out of an unmarked van. We're using AI to track people's faces in Minnesota. That's what the government's doing.
Yeah.
We're spying on people. And I think the opposite is also now happening. It's not democratizing, it's the opposite.
So it is interesting where it's like, that's the worst case scenario. And the best case scenario is, like, someone gets shot on the streets of Minnesota.
That is not the best case scenario.
No, right. No, sorry. That's not the part. That's not the part. But that people have their phones there and are able to like document that. And like that becomes like journalism
but
now, right?
you're if you're going to speak on something, you got to speak on the negative side, the negative effects that can have too.
Yeah.
Now say you have an innocent child, right?
Mm-hmm.
They do some shit. You can't say the majority of society are actually intellectually and emotionally intelligent to be kind to everyone. So now say it's a kid getting bullied for the wrong reasons. You don't really know the truth.
Yeah.
Now that whole world is bullying this kid. Could be the wrong reasons, could be the right reasons. But that's a fine line you have to say when it comes to walking out, giving out identity. Here's another fine line. Guys having a bad day, right? You live a certain life in a certain neighborhood. I live a certain life in a certain neighborhood. I'm having a shitty day. You say some fucked up shit to me online. I know your name. I know your address. I come in your crib and blow your fucking brains out. It's a fine line, but where we could say what we could give out and what we can't do. Now, it got to be, that's where it should be rules on what's being done within the social networks, because then how do we do that? And who's going to hold them accountable now for giving out our information, which we know they done? There's who's going to go, yo, why'd you give out information out to this one and that one? Why are you? And then they're going to tell you, well, we put it in your phone. You just didn't read the fine print.
Yeah.
But now my information, like you say that you give it out, is now they're giving out to everyone, which now I already feel like a victim.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want everybody to have my shit.
Did you see the Super Bowl commercial styles for Ring?
The Ring
for
camera?
Ring cameras?
Yeah.
I didn't.
What was they doing again?
They were like, hey, like in case your dog gets lost, we can just turn on all your cameras for everyone who signs up and like immediately like use
Like in
our
your neighborhood,
technology
yeah.
in your neighborhood to track down that dog. And everyone who watched this was just like, that feels weird.
They want you to sign up for Enemy of the State.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They want you to sign up for it.
And
that's what they get most.
None of your freedoms will be taken.
Yeah,
you will give
you'll
them to
sign
them
up.
willingly.
You'll sign them up.
Yeah.
Most of the things that they're smart enough to know to make you sign up. Like most of us forget they took 3 years out of everybody's life, and we don't really remember it too much like that. You was ordering on Amazon. You was binge watching Netflix. They fucking put into play all of the shit that you was tampering with. They sat you sell. Now you fucking, everything. What the binge watch? Everybody with the binge watch. This and that.
COVID and all that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like that was like a fucking two to 3 year test.
In the airport the other day with the shit that rings it up for you.
Oh,
Oh,
I went and got a water and almonds.
Yep.
You don't got to check out.
The old guy telling you, this hit your card, me. I didn't know what I'm hitting it for. The air, it said it rung it up on me. What the fuck? Yo, dog. He was outside of the store. I grabbed the water and almonds. He like me, pull my wallet out. He's outside of the thing, though. The thing ain't going to open if you don't pay.
That's
Man,
even,
I told them,
you blew my
how do I know?
Glad you
I
want
told
me,
them,
bro.
how do I know when I'm tapping?
Yeah.
Him. They tapped, they rung it up already. I looked at the thing.
We in minority.
man, what about if you put it back? What if you ain't want that?
They show you.
And you
always say, Louch.
That's what I should have hit him.
Like you
What
always
if I
say.
don't want this? I want something else. Yeah,
Put it back, it might go off. It was an air shot of like.
Like you say,
shit
Louch,
was
they
in the
always show
air.
you before they do
Oh, no,
it.
devil, hell yeah. Absolutely.
They always show you it.
Crazy
They throw it
shit
in
I
the
ever
movie,
seen. I
make it
said,
look
"World's
pretty.
getting-
They
What
have-
about when
shine
they
it
make
up,
the mall
and then they
like
do
that?
it.
Crazy.
You just pick
You believe
up
that.
socks or you pick-
Believe
They
that.
show
get
you.
this already
They show
there.
you before they do it.
Yep.
That was crazy.
Who is that?
That made me crazy.
You know who that is.
Yeah.
Wait, are you talking about those stores like without a cashier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I mean, I've been to help.
No.
I've been to check yourself out, but I never been. They do the math at the satellite.
So one of the craziest things that I was reading about the other day, it's funny that you had this experience, was that so Amazon was doing these cashierless checkout places. And it was like that. You just like take your stuff and you don't have to scan it. They just
scanned it
know,
for you.
right?
Yeah.
So there was a report, and I wish I had the headline and the writer and the outlet. But what they showed was that what was actually happening was that there were these cameras in the stores, and there were people in India
Oh,
who
yeah.
were watching.
Yep.
So in your store, there are no cashiers. In India, it's just cashiers. It's just people watching
doing it
and,
over there.
and entering it
Over
in.
here,
Yeah.
it's like not. Over here, you think
Wow.
you're doing some Marilyn the Magician shit. There's somebody over there in
Yeah.
the office typing that, and it
He's like, did Kiss just put with those cashews?
You know
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I heard?
That's
They
crazy.
It's like the
doing those
accountant too. Yeah.
No, them cars with nobody. Somebody in
Yo,
there.
you know who's there?
driving.
You know who's
Yo,
there?
you know the shit we see.
man.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
somebody over there that's
Yeah.
doing
Yep.
it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Now let me ask you
Yeah,
this.
so they
Let me ask you this.
Kill me with that.
When did they ask? Who did they ask permission?
Who checked their license?
That
Who
you
checked
want to
their-
do all of this? Like, if
Oh,
they
check
just
their
throw
license?
this shit on you,
Cars with
then
no
you
driver.
in it.
Somebody in
Shit
another
we
Yeah,
car's driving.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, the Waymos. The Waymos.
Yeah.
Over
Yeah.
there doing it. It said it's a simulation. Somebody's doing. They driving over there.
That's incredible.
Oh no! So there was the CEO, I believe, one of the executives of Waymo was in front of Congress being questioned about this, and he admitted, and I'm Filipino, they admitted that there are foreign workers in the Philippines who are providing like guidance on the driverless car. So the driver, in other words, he's around. He's just across the fucking world. Playing crazy taxi.
Yeah.
Cool, Kiss.
That's
Crazy
crazy.
tax.
Now, who in the government, right? Like when they came with this, who are they addressing saying,
The same people that approve streaming.
like, you know what I mean? Like this is
We didn't sign that shit. Nobody came out of nowhere and said, "Hey, you
Hell
want
yeah.
this now?"
Think about every time you do an update on any app, on any program, they ask you to say yes to a user agreement. Does anybody here read all that shit after
Right,
you
no.
scroll through it?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, that's telling you.
That's
sign-
telling you
Where's the
you've
user
sold
some
agreement for
other
that?
shit
Yeah,
over
we own
there.
your arms.
But it is true though. The pandemic was like this lesson, right? That like humans will adapt to anything.
Then you do give them.
Anything. We're super resilient as a species, however weird it is. I mean, I was in LA for All-Star Weekend. There are the Waymos all over there now. You just wake up one day and suddenly there are cars without drivers in them, right? I mean, that's just, and now it's just normal.
Yeah.
And so who asked for this and who granted permission is a great question, because I don't think there was polling done. Do we all want these things? They just started showing up. And now we can't make them go
Can't
away.
stop 'em.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be with the flying cars.
Yeah.
That's why the shit's
Yeah.
gonna blow
They're
up.
coming.
Yeah, they are
I
coming.
read an article in the New Yorker about it.
They come.
Yeah.
They
Like
just
they
trying to
have,
find some space.
yeah,
There ain't enough space. Too many
in the
damn
sky.
buildings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
New York, them shits is crashing.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a shroom after this show.
Yeah.
It's the depressing. The fuck, man. We're doomed, bro. It's making me realize how fucked up times we're in.
Maybe you guys can
More.
educate me on this. What kept like, I know we've always been like familiar with like Rupert Murdoch owning Fox, but now in today's day, it seems like there's a billionaire that owns just every channel and it's all under one big umbrella. What kept that in check 40 years ago?
People had morals and values and codes.
No.
Yeah.
What?
It was the beginning. They didn't know. I don't think.
The Graham family?
Yeah, but you also had legislation that said that you couldn't own
Oh, yeah, that
a whole
too.
bunch of things.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's not
that
like
too.
everybody was like, "Hey, you want to know what? I made enough money. I'm good."
Yeah, no, it's rules that
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
you're right.
There used to be rules to all of this, but now there's no more rules. I
Yeah.
guess the question is, why do powerful people always need more power?
Well, the real question is, why does the richest man in the world, why do the richest people in the world who have all the money, why do they always want to get into media?
Yeah.
And the answer to me,
Bro.
the answer to me is that it's the thing they can't buy. They can't buy what's cool. They can't buy culture, but they can own the pipes.
Right.
They can own phones. They can own the way that the
Own
incentive
everything,
structure.
Yeah.
Because what they want to control is their
culture.
exactly, and that's why they're obsessed with it. That's why Elon Musk bought Twitter. Is he wants to be cool and funny.
Oh, but he is cool and funny. That's the difference.
Yeah, but he is cool.
Yeah.
But think about, again, not to go back to Zuckerberg, but like why is Mark Zuckerberg an MMA fighter now? Why is
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos wearing sleeveless vests? You know, and why is he working out? It's because all these guys, they realize we won the game. The game of capitalism. We have all of the money, but it turns out that the thing that we
ain't got all of the coolness.
they
Yeah.
wish they could be you.
Yeah.
They wish they could be you guys.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
And they can't, and it's so frustrating. And so they got to control the media and these platforms, really the platforms that media relies on now. And that's why by the way, all of culture, I would say, in the aggregate, in general, is also getting worse. Because they're deciding what are the incentives, what are the switches, because they're trying to win the game that they can't just buy.
Yeah. Maybe I need a shroom.
You need
I mean,
a
for giving him
ball.
Yeah.
That's a game we play, boy.
Sheek, were you more a Woodward or a Bernstein guy?
I don't even know who they are.
Woodward was Robert Redford.
I know. Dude,
Dustin Hoffman,
I
man.
watched that shit. Trust me, Kiss, I watched it, man. Oh, God, I watched it. It's good, man. Tight over here, man.
I was a thing.
Yes.
Kiss, who were you?
Robert Redford.
Robert Redford? Jeff?
I'm a Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kiss,
He
Styles?
was just walking in people's houses. He didn't even care. Justin was like, yeah.
A Marlboro now.
Some
old
scary
lady's
shit
house.
back then. You just
Yo.
walking in.
I was more Rain Man.
Yeah. Pablo?
Man, the move that Dustin Hoffman, Bernstein, does when he walks in, sneaks into that screen door, and he's offered a cigarette, and he's
Yeah.
suddenly like in the living room with the mom.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, that man.
Crazy.
I'm an aspirational Bernstein.
I love when he went down to Miami and was just like not getting in, and he just went across the hall, made a phone call, got the secretary out of the way, and then just went right back to
That
Yeah.
was hard.
That was hard.
Bernstein
Yeah.
was more seasoned.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was
but
slick.
he was there longer. He was
Bernstein
a
was more
journalist
seasoned.
longer.
Woodward
Yeah.
had the plug though, and he had ambition.
Yeah.
And he was
Woodward was
he
more
calm.
green, but he was more
calm,
kind
too.
of sterner. He was
Yes.
a little more
He
stern.
was calm.
But
he
Dustin
asked the
was
chick,
willing
with
to
the
do
sleep
anything.
bed,
Yeah.
he wanted to sleep with him. Like, was it because he wanted to sleep
Yo,
with you? He was,
yo.
He would hit Bernstein with these every now and then. I'm like, chill, I got it, man. It was a good team. That's
Yeah.
what made it good.
Yeah, definitely. Sheik, the one bit of action in the whole movie?
Was when he was walking and thought somebody was following him.
Yeah. So
That's it.
yeah. So when you
was
think
the
of when you think of like Spielberg and Jaws and
When
like
you put it like that, it's hard to argue with, honestly. I'm like,
That
shit.
was the most. The music
Was this
changed.
movie boring?
Yeah, he
gave
I
the
thought he was gonna
music-
get jumped or something.
Nothing happened.
Nothing, and then went back to.
I at
fucking,
least
like,
thought
oh,
it was gonna be a
God.
headlight blinking something.
Something,
Right?
yeah.
But
Wait.
he just turned around, stared at the parkway.
And then
But
back
Kiss-
in the office.
Kiss, you like 70s movies.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
I'm just saying, like, you-
kind of silent shot you taking over there.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
Kind of silent shot.
Yeah,
was
we
that.
all do.
No, I
like
just
it.
mean that like one of the first conversations we had about movies was you were like, I love Kramer versus Kramer. We should review that.
I fuck with Kramer.
That's
man.
what I'm saying.
I didn't. It's nothing. I love Dustin Hoffman. I love his movies.
Yeah.
I just didn't love it.
Yeah.
And then I don't feel like Louch feel. I
Yeah.
just don't. I ain't love it.
Okay.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean,
Pablo, are newspapers salvageable?
Oh God, I need some.
Bridge is over.
Newsletters are, Jeff.
I need some.
Newsletter,
Newsletters are.
Yeah.
newspaper.
I mean,
the
honestly,
bridge is over.
is
Yeah.
Substack the future?
I need some shrooms now.
Yeah.
No, but look, I'm an independent journalist, right?
Yeah.
So I have a Substack.
Yeah.
I have a podcast. I have a YouTube channel. I'm on Twitter having my brain deteriorated by all the things I've been complaining about.
You know where to look though. If everybody knew where to look, it might be a better world.
Yeah.
Well,
People don't
believe
even-
shit without really. People believe if they can see three people that they think is cool say it,
It's
good
law
enough for them.
Yeah, it's law.
It's like they doesn't even matter if the person's smart or not. They don't even care if the person's smart. It's like, well, there's some shit me, you, all of us in this room can say that there's gonna be somebody that go, well, I'm just going with it because we said it.
Yeah.
Without doing any kind of fucking figuring it out for themselves, if they actually agree. If we did investigating on what we're talking about or are knowledgeable, that's the fucking times when people are fucking retarded, bro.
well, okay, real quick, real
also,
quick.
sorry, it's also that like,
for using that word. Pardon me, I know that word's banned. Don't cancel me for the word, but fuck, man.
but also it's that like we all like I know your guys' track records, right? Like so I can trust the things that you say to me. But like I'll also go on TikTok and be like, "Hey, I found this thing that's gonna fix my brain," and then immediately I tell Eric this, and he's like, "Well, who said this?" I'm like, "I don't know, some person on TikTok, like
Right.
literally some person."
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, they programmed you.
Yeah.
Scroll disease.
yeah,
They programmed you.
yeah.
Happens.
I mean, the way they'd even designed the scroll, right? It's an infinite scroll. They designed it so that it never ends, and so it's designed to be addicted to.
Right.
Yeah.
It is no ending. You're right.
Going in, look.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you're watching a TV show, there's an ending.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is you.
Movies
you-
are ending, a sports show, a game is ending. Somebody
There's a
gotta wait
clock.
It's a
Yeah.
clock.
Even worse, it's a second screen experience now. When you're watching a TV show, they write the shows expecting you to be looking at your phone while you're watching the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only that, because you making the show.
Word.
Yeah.
That's
Oh no,
interesting,
Netflix
too.
will give notes like, "Hey, can you summarize the plot and introduce the characters like in the first 5 minutes in case someone's like not watching, so they can get all of this information
That's
really
real.
early."
Wow. They're taking it to other extremes now.
No, it's what it is though. It's
Yeah.
but when I say tech companies are refashioning culture in their image, it's because of stuff like that, as well as like the more nefarious aspects of it. But, the newspaper thing, I don't look.
Nah.
So here's
No.
Let's hear it. Let me hear this.
honestly, it's hard to beat that. The economy, the word economy, it's never been a strength of mine. The New York Times, their business, the reason that they are thriving is not just because they do really rigorous journalism. They also have a games section, and they're playing Wordle and they're
Yep.
doing crosswords. And
Yep.
all that. You do that?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
So
got
that's
genius already today. I'm pretty sure.
Hey, my man.
so. But here's
Without the pentagram. I didn't
Impossible.
The pentagram?
Impossible today. I have no idea.
I got genius though without it.
Yeah, same.
But this is the commercial for journalism, right?
Yeah.
This is the New York Times' success, is that they have a games section that helps fund the stuff that isn't gonna make money in this modern media economy. And it used to be for newspapers a classified section. And what happened? Craigslist came along and stole all the classifieds out. I mean, journalism has always been supported by other things that are not journalism inside of the newspaper. It used to be classifieds, now it's not. The New York Times has figured out games. The Washington Post never figured out what that other thing was. They got bought by Jeff Bezos, the guy with no sleeves who's super jacked now. That guy was like, we're going to get rid of all this stuff that will make my life harder as I try to get space contracts with the administration. Because I'm also trying to go to space with Blue Origin. And now journalism for him is this thing that he uses as a chip to give as opposed to a thing to protect. So you need another part of your business to survive in the modern economy. You need geniuses playing Wordle.
Yeah.
I mean, genuinely, like you need to figure out the other product, and it's really hard. Now you're trying to compete with tech companies as a matter of making products.
What they did was take their brand to another place. But the paper won't survive because of the phone. It's impossible. People are too lazy for both to actually exist. We're in the hip hop culture. Magazines don't even exist no more. You never thought that would happen to a point where a hip hop magazine for most of our lives have been part of the hip hop culture. It doesn't exist anymore. So journalism, as far as people picking up something to read that is actually not a book,
Probably got like
people
2
don't even
Barnes
wanna-
and Nobles out there.
Yeah. Even with books, you got the ebook now. So
Yep.
people for the
Book,
actual
they read it for you.
yeah,
the button
they're
is
reading for
Yeah.
you. Like,
They read
so
for you.
a kid who tells when your phone is telling you how to spell a word, they're not so invested in it picking something up that they're gonna actually have to do the work for. So the brand will live because it's a reputable brand. And they were smart enough to say, all right, what do we deal with? Articles, words. Now they got to the bottom of it. Fuck, we always had the word section, crossword section. Now we put that. Now the whole fucking world is hooked on. I play pretty much all. I played Letterbox.
Wow.
I played the Daily Puzzle.
Yep.
I played Wordle.
Yep.
I played
Connections.
the four shit.
Yep.
I played almost all of them except like 3 of them. But yeah, you're right. So I do.
You're a subscriber to the New York Times.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
subscriber.
Subscribe to the
You're
New York
funding.
Times.
You are saving journalism. The answer to saving journalism is sitting right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. But that's you got to be clever if you're one of these media companies now, man. It's
Ain't no Herald Statesman no more though.
Yeah.
I
You know
know.
what I'm saying?
I know.
But by the way, you're right. Like the brand, the Washington Post could be flipped to, being a sort of just another page on Amazon.com,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Richie Thumbs.
Let's get to Richie Thumbs. I'm gonna go last. Sheek.
I'll go first.
All right, let's do it.
Actors Amazing. Do I think they brought it?
Yeah.
No. Hear me out. The actors are dope. I know who they are. Well. I think I don't think that was their best work.
Okay.
Oh my God, the action, the sci-fi, everything gone.
You crying?
Horrible with this movie.
You crying?
Yeah, I know when it was. But man, like I'm only judging like cinematic, like movie wise. I couldn't wait. Like I didn't have that feeling of man, I want to get my popcorn and I love this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know how it grabbed y'all. Like y'all was so.
And Sheek loves
Man,
cinema, by the way.
Yeah, come on,
I can
man.
tell.
Like, man,
Yeah.
I can't
I
wait
can
to
really
watch
tell.
this.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to watch this.
Yeah.
It was more homework, right? Like, I know about it, but it was more like that. Like, oh, fuck. When is this? I didn't get what you got out of it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
said
yeah.
one of the most important movies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
How many thumbs?
4.
Fourth. Well, all right. Okay.
Honestly, generous.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Those guys are amazing. They juggernauts, and
Yeah.
right. And tell me why.
Nah, I'm giving it 6.
Okay.
Ooh,
I give it a
that's
6.
generous.
I give it a 6. Nah, because I understand. I'm interested in the Watergate scandal.
We
And
all were.
I love.
Right, we
Nah,
all
you-
were
you
back
hated
then.
it. You
I
didn't
don't like the movie. I think I'm kind of talking about not the scandal.
Screw the movie. You
No,
could
we
have still
can't say
learned
screw the
about
movie.
it,
We
dude.
all learned. Look, we all learned. We knew all
Louch
the
is
stuff.
looking for bombs.
No,
He's looking for
no,
red
no.
cameras. It's
South,
76.
Well, I mean,
South,
like,
we all know that.
I blame the
No,
burglars.
we all know about what happened. We know the shit. We all know the science.
Yeah.
We know we get that.
Yeah.
Movie.
Yeah.
I'm talking about movie wise. Like
Louch need hostages. It ain't
What?
if it ain't.
no. Movie wise. Say you seen that the advertisement. What you call that shit? Like the
trailer.
The trailers. You
Yeah.
said I can't wait to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
come on.
well, wait, but okay. Remember, this comes out right after this.
All right, man.
You know
you don't
that,
gotta change. I get it.
You know, it's a lot of movies.
We was
if,
two when
If
this
I was
came
to
out.
go off the preview, I miss mad movies. That's why I be calling them. I gotta see something. Like sometimes
We was 2 when this
Sometimes the
came out.
preview ain't. I was 1 when this came out.
Yeah, because you're
Social
younger.
Network, there was really no action to it if you really think about it that way. There was like nobody chasing anybody.
But I love,
Nah,
that was
better
just
movie.
like
I
yeah, but I'm
love
saying,
Robin
it wasn't
Redford
put together
and
different
Dustin
everything.
Hoffman. Trade their dialogue throughout the whole.
Yes.
Their chemistry was
Yeah.
fire.
And who they are. You know.
I thought it turned me to like a journalist. That's why I'm giving it a 6. It made me I wanted to crack the case after a while.
Mhm.
But then when the ending, I did the typewriter, it was a lot going on. I was getting my Pac-Man fix. I had to watch it. I had to watch this, see what's going on. So I just thought it did a dramatic cutoff.
Yeah.
I missed a little piece at the end when you got to read
Yeah.
the letter from the typewriter. But I still thought it was solid. And I told you after it went off, the real actual documentary was somebody that worked for Nixon and was talking and doing that. That caught me even more. So I'm giving it a strong 6.
All right. Jeff.
I'm gonna go strong 9.
Okay.
I think that like it's an important movie, but it's also just like a groundbreaking
Their
movie.
parents is killing them. They don't give them.
Mom, I gave it a 9.
Yeah.
Oh, that-
I
Yeah.
heard him. Were you
Acting.
happy with the 2.5 hours? Or could it have been an hour and a half?
It didn't feel like 2.5 to me.
Wow.
It felt more than 2, but it didn't feel like 2.5. Like it didn't feel like too much.
All right, cool.
I like the movie. Acting great, writing great, all that stuff.
You said I can't do half thumbs?
You can.
No, you can do it. Yeah.
6.5 thumbs.
All right.
I'm giving it 6.5 thumbs. I would have went. I like it because it mimicked the time. I like Hoffman and Redford's interaction. I don't like how long it took for them to do absolutely fucking
Nothing.
the same thing
Word.
over and over again. They
Yeah,
coulda-
for somebody
they
that
coulda-
say that, and you just leaving that out,
Yeah,
and you're one
man.
of them people.
Yeah.
that you
Come
critique
on,
Yeah,
man.
the critique.
I doze off.
So
I
it
wake
was-
up. They
it
still
was-
writing on that yellow
you know-
fucking pad. What
you
the
know-
fuck?
And you know what it was? It was
About
slow.
The writing was great.
I mean-
Where?
No, the writing was great between them.
No,
and,
them.
and
yeah.
them.
See, that's
And
what
Ben,
throws you
and
off.
Ben and I like
Ben-
the interaction between the
Ben,
newsroom.
Dustin, and Robert Redford was excellent.
Amazing.
Yeah, the newsroom shit. But like the chick, right? She went on the. What the fuck is the point? She worked there, right there with him, right?
Mm-hmm.
They approached her earlier. She gave him the story and then forgot to tell him that the dude said he's the one who wrote the letter and signed it. Bitch, why you telling me a month later? You've been trying to crack this fucking case. Well, I don't have a taste for juggler like you guys. What the fuck? We in this newsroom, we in the pits of this shit. We done came at you. They did and then she got another thing. Clover online too. Now she all in it. And that was a lot of them stupid ass parts. The guy who said on the phone, what are you calling me for? You're gonna get yours. What time is it? What kind of comment? Hang the fuck up.
Is it not in the day?
Could have hung the fuck up.
Is it in the morning or is it the morning?
Are you fucking kidding me? I was like, people in 76 was mad fucking stupid. Hang up. Close the door. Get the fuck out of my office. They was threatening them with vague threats. They didn't even have good threats.
Nobody didn't get smacked.
Oh, hell no.
There wasn't even solid threats.
It was nothing. They didn't kidnap.
They have repercussions. There's nothing.
If they make that same movie today, the government is evaporating. You know that, right?
Yeah, no, that one.
Robbie Redford and the family would have had the stress if it
Yeah.
was today. If government would have been on it, would have wiped their cards out. No Apple Pay, no nothing. They would have had nothing, dog. They would have killed. They would have did cyber. They would have bullied.
That's my critique on it. It was like certain shit that just wasn't. It wasn't. And the way the government was ratting on each other. How did y'all go from a committee in a secret fucking working thing, and you got the CIA
The plumbers.
involved? Look, it was a multiple agency cover. Y'all already covered and all in it. Why y'all ratting on each other? It made no fucking sense. And that's in real life. It really made no sense. That's the part that pissed me off. Not movie-wise, but I'm like, these are some stupid fucking people, bro.
Yeah.
And that guy said, just because they politicians doesn't mean they're the brightest.
Yeah.
At fucking all, clearly.
It wasn't just the crime; it was the cover-up.
Come on, Pablo. Let me hear this.
Strong 9.5.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah.
He's in film school. He's a journalist. He's a journalist.
And I'll tell you why. And I have to admit, the reason I'm not giving it a 10 is because the point you just raised, they didn't even have good threats, is true. I hadn't considered that. I mean, genuinely, I'm like, maybe they should have played. Okay, so here's the conflict that I've been having as I've been listening to all you guys raise fair questions. Is I thought this movie was cool. And the question I have for journalism is not only how do you save journalism in the era of newspapers dying and tech billionaires buying everything. It's how do you make it so that young people want to do this job? And how do you make this job seem cool to people? We've talked about cool as like the subtext of all of this, right? Yeah. Like, was this cool? Are these billionaires cool? They're trying to buy it. How do you inspire it? And the reason that I give this a 9.5 is because this is a very realistic depiction of the kind of kink you got to have to be really into this line of work.
Yeah.
It is a lot of repetitive calling and trying to charm people who sometimes are charmed and sometimes don't want to tell you a single goddamn thing. It is a job that involves lots of documents. It's a job that involves people in your office that you're furious at later because you're like, you could have helped me on the front end. That is so real to me. And the thing that I love the most, the thing I love the most is actually what you were just alluding to, which was a line in the movie. The truth is, these guys weren't very smart and things got out of hand. That was the description of the guys who are trying to pull off Watergate. And so much of this world is not the cool cinematic version of what it's like to be a villain or a good guy. It's a lot of fucking incompetent morons.
Fucking stupid people doing something dumb and getting caught for it. And they didn't have to even ever go to jail. They practically got away with it.
The cover-up. That's the thing. It was this story that I think about all the time.
Agency.
Yes.
100%.
What?
The cover-up being worse than the crime. That's what Nixon got for, was the cover-up.
But you know what's crazy when you think about it? You know how they got people hot? Media. People didn't want their name in the papers. And that was the key to it. That was the threat.
We're posting
that's what
the threat was.
And this is how you're going to look. You can either say something or not say something. And people couldn't figure out, well, I'm going to say something smart that's going to kind of help me. That was the whole fucking
that's game.
thing. Like,
that is game. That is journalism. That is, what are the weapons you have? You don't have guns. You don't have political subpoena power. You don't have any of this stuff. You have the ability to say, I'm going to tell a story. And if you participate, your perspective will be reflected in it. And if you don't, you're going to read some shit and you're not going to necessarily like it. And that's kind of what the power is.
Yeah.
And so for me, the reasons you found it boring are the reasons why I was like,
Liked it.
that's my kink.
why you got it.
I'm like, yo, that's kind of what it's like. And I hope people want to do it, but I also understand why you guys probably chose the right line of work. You know, I'm like, I would have liked to see you guys edit your local paper, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, that's understandable. That's understandable.
I'm gonna give this a 10. I love it not only for nostalgia's sake, not only because I have an appreciation and a love for newspapers and reporting, but it is. You guys all know my heart. Like, I'm an optimist. I hope for the best, and I hope that, like, you know, the have-nots can take on the haves, you know, and if no one else is going to do that, like, there is the fourth estate. There is this thing that we've always known. There is this institution that's going to go fight on our behalf. And I long for that. And so when I watch something like this, I was just like, yo, like Pablo, I like the repetitiveness of it. I like, oh, they got turned down by this. There's got to be another way around to, like, get to where you're going. Like,
got it.
Yeah.
You had to do this. You
We did have to
live
live it.
life.
Yeah.
He do it.
He's living it now.
Yeah, he does every day. Yeah.
Them
But
documentaries, all the shit you did for the Rock.
Yeah.
Y'all, that's your life.
but even
Keep journalism alive, man.
But even from the standpoint of, like, movie making, like, I love this film and how it's paced. I do. Like, I understand it's a 1970s film that's 2.5 hours long. That is going to be a lot of, like,
a little bit.
what's that? Yeah,
They could have sped up a little bit.
but I love it. I love it a
I love
lot.
a slow burn, but fuck.
It's one of my top 2 movies, and I stand on it. And I'm glad that we all watched it. I was glad for this conversation. Really glad that Pablo came through.
Yeah,
Thank you,
make some
Pablo.
noise.
Oh, it's an honor. An honor to be with you guys.
I appreciate you, bro. This is big for us.
Pablo Torre finds out. Can you tell our
Pablo
people?
Torre finds out is my answer to what and how do I contribute to keeping journalism alive. And it's a show where I use my curiosity to investigate mysteries in sports and beyond. I will talk about billionaires. I'll talk about politicians. And I should probably be, according to my mom, more concerned about how much more money they have than me. Yeah. But I've found that it's incredibly fulfilling to do something where the weapon you really can wield until further notice against the most powerful people in the world is the truth. And that, to me, is like the premise of this country. If you have the truth on your side, you can make some change happen. And I don't want to give you guys like a coaching corny speech or anything like that, but the fact that you listened and you watched this movie and you clearly thought about it and you gave me the time to talk about why I really care about this shit in a sincere way. When I talk about how do we make this thing cool, I really am just saying I just want people to make time to listen. And you guys did that, man. It's so cool. It's really cool. So thank you.
You got the cool. You got the it factor, huh?
Okay, a couple things, just a little bit of business before we go. April 16th will be at the Bell House. Make sure you get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Doors at 6:30, show at 7:30. You know it's going to be a great time. Secondly, go get your merch right now. Hoodies on sale, t-shirts soon. Sign up for the newsletter. Yeah, right there.
Oh, it's right there?
Right there. Make sure you sign up for the newsletter. That's where you find out about everything first. The movies we're watching, the events we're throwing, the pop-ups we're going to have, and everything that you want to know. No algorithms can get in the way. This goes directly to your inbox. It is the best form of information for TJ3BD. And lastly, you guys asked for this. We're going to start doing Therapist Louch. So if you have any problems, any concerns, any stories, and you want to hear from this man right here,
That's right.
from the depths of his heart and soul, email
I have the proper advice for you.
therapistlouch@gmail.com, and Louch is going to answer your questions on 2J3BD. We'll see you guys next time.
Good night.